The NFL schedule will be revealed tonight, and let me go to Maz first and foremost before we do anything. Just big picture, Maz. Do you like the leak or you hate the leak?
I hate the leaks.
Hate the leak.
Can't we have anything? I mean, do you want to know your Christmas gifts when you were a kid? Well, I know you wanted to sneak and look at a few of them, but do you want to see the whole damn thing, or do you want to wait till Santa delivers your packages? Sure, give me one or two. But the Dolphins and Giants' entire schedule is out.
It's like the mixtape era all over again.
I mean, what are you doing? It's like when you watch the draft and these jackasses already telling you who the pick is. Now, Ryan, during the draft, I shut my phone off.
I did too, a little bit.
Not a lot, though, because I saw you go out there and put out a couple. You ruined a couple surprises for me.
Really?
I think you did.
I don't know, because
maybe I'm wrong.
You know what? I will say this. Sometimes I think it's the cable. I think things happen.
Like it's a delay?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like you will text me about a Tigers home run, and I haven't seen it yet.
Right. No, all of our houses get the
I'm
TV.
like, what are you doing?
I know.
What's happening? What's about to happen?
Yeah, I'll get no app alerts.
No, because I didn't do that.
Okay. Well, I apologize. Maybe it was last year. Anyway, I don't want to see who the pick is. I want to see it on television. I want to hear the noise. Ricky, can you play the NFL sounder? I want to hear the sounder. Thank you.
You got to hear the sound.
I want to hear that. And I want to hear Mel Kiper complain about it. That's what I want. I don't want to know 5-10 minutes before. I don't want to see it. And now, every single game basically is out. I think there are 8 Lion games that have been leaked. I think I have 4 of them here that I can guarantee you.
Let's show some of those.
We will. Let's do it.
Yeah, sure.
Let's start it off with the Lions opener. They are going to open at Lambeau Field against the Green Bay Packers. That's going to be a 4:30 game, and I'm pretty sure that'll be on Fox.
4:25 on Fox. Lions at Packers to open up the season. And, you know, the great thing about this is you do play in Green Bay in September and not January.
There you go.
For an indoor team, and I guess the Lions could play anywhere. We believe that, I think. But I do think that's important to play these outdoor games.
Sure.
You know, in cold weather cities. You play and may the best team win.
Quick question, man. Let me ask you. As it relates to the draft itself, my advice for you would be you gotta watch that on low, and you gotta flip your phone over. It just is what it is. You gotta watch on mute. You gotta flip your phone over. It is what it is. As it relates to the schedule, the whole totality of the schedule comes out tonight, correct?
Yes.
What's the difference between a couple hours for you getting a full schedule versus all 17 games?
I don't know, man. Give me a couple, but give me something to watch tonight. Now I will not even watch it.
All right.
I will not watch the schedule release tonight. I'll just watch Twitter. Dave Burkett and everyone else will tell me who we're playing. I'll double check it on the Lions Twitter, make sure it's all good. Earlier today, Jordan Schultz put out that we were going to play Thanksgiving against the Vikings, and then also we were going to be at the Vikings on Christmas.
Right.
Well, it turns out he had jumped the gun. He had misread his tweet. So the official thing is Lions at the Vikings on Christmas Day.
Right.
On
hate
Netflix.
That, actually.
And I hate it.
It's a Netflix game, so I hate that aspect of it. And then Braylon, to play on Christmas Day or anything like that, to play on Thanksgiving and Christmas, doesn't that kind of suck?
Yep.
Sucks for the beat writers. I'll tell you that for
Sucks
sure.
for those of us that do pre and post.
It does, but it is what it is. Everybody that's coming there in your family, everybody's going to come in town for the holiday, or if you're already at home, everybody comes. They understand what you do for a profession. They understand how you get paid, and they understand how you're able to fly all of them in for said holidays. So it corrects itself. But to your point as a player, those primetime games, you start to realize later in your career, they're very annoying, especially on the holidays. You got a lot going on. It makes it even more special when you can get those teams to dial in and have success on the holidays consistently. But the Green Bay game, I like that for the Lions.
If you were a Lion, if you were a player for the Lions or a coach, would you rather play on Christmas or would you rather go overseas?
I knew exactly what
There
you
you
were going
go.
to say.
Me
I'd
too.
rather play on Christmas.
Me too.
Yeah,
Now, the poor
holiday.
Vikings, we'll get to them. They have back-to-back Europe games. Back-to-back games. First time that has ever happened for the Vikings.
Terrible.
That means they don't trust him.
It's the first time they're doing it. And the NFL does these things because
They did it to Jacksonville last year.
they're testing us. No, this is the first time a team is playing back-to-back games in two different countries.
Oh, two different countries.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
two
okay.
different countries.
Okay. I thought the same spot. I'm like, that
Back to
happened
back
last
in
year.
London, Jacksonville, but this is Germany and or Ireland and London or Germany and
Yep.
one of them. I don't even know.
But I would also pay attention to the team that they sent over there. It's a team that, it's a huge brand. It's a big name. They got Justin Jefferson. But it's a team that the NFL is definitely not sure on how good they're going to be this year. And they also follow it with the Steelers, who you don't know what the quarterback is, and the Cleveland Browns. Pay attention to the teams they're sending over there. They damn sure don't believe in the Vikings this year.
Let me ask you, just as a sports fan,
Yeah.
playing on Christmas Day.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Now, look, at first I thought it was the greatest thing since sliced bread. But now that you have to go to people's houses. But before you had your kids, when you have your kids, people are coming to your house. When your kids grow, other people are having their kids. So now you got to go to other people's homes.
What if they don't have Netflix?
Exactly. And I have a cousin that we go to his house. They don't have cable. They don't have anything.
What?
So
I'm not
last
coming.
year-
Hey, you can't host.
I'm not coming.
Last
You can't
year,
host.
I
You're not
watched
family.
the games on my phone at their house.
No, I'm good.
And I remember in '99 we played the Broncos, and it was a home game. You remember that, right?
I
Yeah.
do.
Right?
Yeah, 100%.
We lost that game.
It was a year before the Sil.
My mother-in-law, I went to the game. My mother-in-law threw a hissy fit that, God, first they play on Thanksgiving. First she thinks that should be abolished. Nobody should play on Thanksgiving. But she's used to it now. Now Thanksgiving, now Christmas, oh my God, forget it. And Dave Burkett, the minute it came out, he wrote, oh man, SH blah blah blah. That's tough, man.
Well, if you have
Is
if you have young kids and you have to travel and play on Christmas, yeah, it sucks, and you're allowed to think it sucks, and you're allowed to hate it because you just are. You're already giving up Thanksgiving, basically as a Lions fan. Now you got to give up Christmas.
Yep.
But that's what you have to do because you're either playing on a holiday or you're going overseas. That's what it is. And the NBA used to own Christmas Day.
yeah.
Right.
The NBA is a total and complete afterthought on Christmas Day
Yes.
now to me. The NBA season didn't even start until Christmas Day for a lot of people.
They're going to try to own Black Friday now, by the way. They will follow, I think, a triple header after the NFL game. Will be three. Everything's going to be on, what do you call it, on
Prime.
NBA's on Prime too now with the new contract. They're going to follow up on Black Friday, is what I read. Now, to me, Thanksgiving is the Lions, is football. Christmas isn't.
Christmas would be the Chiefs. That's what they're trying to make happen. They're the first team to play on there. They're playing again this year. They're trying to designate them like they did the Lions back
The
in
Chiefs
the day.
want that.
Yeah.
They wanted Thanksgiving, if you remember. They were one of the teams
Yep.
that were complaining about the Lions. Speaking of the Chiefs,
It works better for the Chiefs because their colors are red. They
Yeah.
have Christmas colors
Good
in
point.
them.
Hey, we play the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football in Week 6.
Nice.
There it is,
So it's gonna be a
at
good matchup.
Arrowhead.
Is this one official?
That's official.
Man, the Lions have a lot of just every schedule is a game of the week type schedule. I mean, if you look at any game on there, even Cleveland, I could make an argument that Lions-Cleveland could be a primetime game because don't you want to give Shedeur Sanders at least a couple of looks on primetime?
Yeah.
He is going to be a ratings machine. Whether you love him, whether you hate him, but you got an opinion on him.
Yeah.
And that's what draws eyeballs to Cleveland Browns games.
Well, congratulations. You're good. Like, congratulations to the city of Detroit. Your Lions are good. This is what's happened with all the franchises that have been good for a sustainable amount of years. They get the primetime game. Pittsburgh, they haven't been necessarily that good in forever. Stay on primetime. The teams that are big, the teams that are popular, they play on primetime. And the Lions, on primetime in the last 4 years under Dan Campbell, they have not disappointed. They've either won or scored extreme amount of points in all the games they played in primetime. So they are the primetime brand this year. So what do you want to do? Let's put them with other primetime brands. And you're going to see a lot of that moving forward in the future time.
Guys, do we have a bad audio or anything like that? I see a couple of people say they got to go because of the audio is bad. Is that we're like
it's looking fine?
In my ear, it sounds perfect.
Yeah, we sound good.
So I'm not sure what some of the issue is. Let us know. If we don't.
We had a stream burp about 5 minutes ago, so if you're watching on YouTube, just reload your, do the refresh.
Yeah, hit refresh if you're watching on YouTube. We did have a stream hit. So if it's bad, hit refresh, and we should be good again.
May I be right for another minute? I told you. What did I tell you the last game of the year would be for the Lions? You remember?
No.
But you did. You said the Bears. You said the Bears.
It's the Bears. 670 to score in
Where
Chicago. At Chicago. Week 18.
No, I don't love that.
Neither do I.
That's
I thought it would be Bears at Lions. It's
Hey.
Lions at Bears. That's from 670 to score.
Let me tell you.
I'm pretty sure they're right, but again, who the hell knows?
Let me just tell you, as a former player, Chicago in December and January is no. Like December and January. One, the lake effect. Yep. You think we got lake effect here? Lake Michigan in December and January, man. It was last time I played there in December. I was with the Jets. We got snowed in, mind you. They had to shovel off the field. It was cold as hell. The wind comes in there, it's swirling. You're really just ready to get out of there. Like realistically, you're like, all right, we'll try. They got this one. You're really just trying to make it out of there late. And the field is terrible. It's this thick grass. It's frozen. It's tough. It's an ugly place to play.
Bray, as the schedule does come out tonight, as a player, how did you look at the schedule? What were you looking for? Were you looking for prime time? Were you looking for furthest game away? What were you looking for?
Oh, you're young. You're just looking for Monday Night Football. You want to be on Monday Night Football. You want to be on the avenue that you've seen growing up your whole life. You want to make a play. Like, when I think of Monday Night Football, the play for me that comes to mind is the very first instant replay that mattered. And it was the Green Bay Packers versus the Minnesota Vikings. And I know, man, as you remember, the ball falls off of Chris Dishman's chest. Antonio Freeman takes it, and he runs in for a touchdown. But anyway, so you want to
one of Al Michaels' best calls.
It was. You try to get to
He
Monday.
did what?
And it was to win the game, essentially. So, but you're looking for Monday Night Football, then you're looking for prime time because you realize if you're on prime time, your team is good. So and then you're looking for the count. How many times? Where are those prime time games? As you get older, you start to look at the schedule as a professional. Now I'm looking at, all right, how much time do I have in the space of this Sunday night game? When's the Monday night game? When's this? What do I need to do to be ready? So it's how many you have, who they're against, and now you're looking at the distances and what I need to be and how this week is going to be and who we play. And it's a lot. But as you get further into the year, as you get further into your professionalism in the sport, then you start to pay attention to things that really matter.
Last year, I don't think we played a division game right away. Am I correct?
Don't know. I'd have to go
How
back
about
and look.
this? The
First
Bears
one would have been the Vikings.
I'm on the Bears right now. The Bears open at home week
the
1
road.
on Monday Night Football against the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
Week 2, they're in Detroit. And then week 18, Detroit is at Chicago.
Detroit.
So there it is. Look, Lions, Packers, Lions, Bears to open up the season.
Beautiful.
But
Pretty cool.
this is the conference that they carry. This is the division that's getting all the buzz right now. So
Didn't see a divisional opponent until week 7
See?
last
was
year.
it the Vikings?
It was at Minnesota.
Told you.
You mentioned Minnesota. You mentioned Chicago. Obviously, Green Bay is in there. Let me ask you this question. Even though it's a Wednesday, it's a fill in the blank. Okay, of those 3 teams, Vikings, Bears, Packers. Finish this sentence. I would be shocked if blank finished last in the division. I would be blank
Green Bay Packers.
if blank the Packers.
Packers.
You would be shocked if they finished last in the division.
Say what you want to about them last year. I think they still have the right coach for what they're trying to do. Their defense got better. The defense is good. And then Jordan Love, this is a comment Maz would make, but I'll make it for him. He really was hurt in that beginning of that season. It took him a while to get back, and then you saw him get better towards the end of the year. I would be surprised because they have their coach, they have their quarterback, and they have their identity. They drafted a wide receiver. I would be confused with them.
That's Bears to me. Bears.
You'll be shocked if the Bears finish last.
I do believe they are ripe and ready to blossom like the Lions did a few years ago.
A lot of people in the chat. Andrew says Packers. It's funny. Three posts in a row. Andrew says Packers. U of M dad says Vikes. Nicholas says Bears. I mean, it's all up and down. It just goes to show you how good the division is.
It's fantastic.
Michael says Packers. Steven says Vikings. Willie says Vikings. Nicholas says Bears. Adiz, Vikings have a rookie quarterback. You know, it's interesting, too, because look at these young quarterbacks. Jordan Love, what's this, his third year?
Sixth.
No, I'm saying as a starter.
Third
year as a starter. Caleb Williams, second year as a starter. J.J. McCarthy, first year as a starter. When you talk about in terms of experience, it is Jared Goff that by far and away has the experience, more experience than all of these quarterbacks combined in the NFC North. That has to matter for something, does it not?
No, it definitely has to matter for something. You know, he has that experience, and he has experience to the tune of he's been to a Super Bowl already. He's seen what that looks like. He didn't come away victorious, but he knows what it looks like. So that experience is there. But you look at the coaching. Matt LaFleur is the most established coach in the division in terms of what he's done with Aaron Rodgers, now with Jordan Love. You look at Ben Johnson. He's a rookie coach. Kevin O'Connell is still year 3, year 4. So I think that plays a factor into it as well.
You might be able to reverse that question. Who would you be shocked to see win the NFC North?
Oh, God.
Chicago.
Minnesota.
You'd be shocked. Sure. They won 14 games last year.
Just because of the.
And they have JJ, your guy.
I love him. I would be shocked if they.
They have an easy schedule.
If with a rookie quarterback, with 2 international games, a Christmas game, a holiday, their schedule is brutal. Like the actual physical schedule itself is brutal. I would be shocked if they won the division.
That's correct.
Minnesota Vikings for me.
Crazy thing about Minnesota, though, you just look at them, and Matt, you always say this. It doesn't matter who the coach is. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is. They find 10 wins, and they find the playoffs.
They do.
With the exception of like 1 year, I think it was 2 years ago. They find Sam Darnold was on his way out of the league. Here's 14 wins. Kirk Cousins, here's 12, 11 wins every season. So now this team has gotten better on the defensive side of the ball. And the offensive side of the ball, the offensive line has gotten better. So whoever's playing a quarterback, obviously we know it's JJ. He's the guy. He's going to be protected, and he is going to have a bevy of weapons to throw to.
Now, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. And I guess I wouldn't be shocked if the Bears finished last, but I am not a Caleb Williams guy.
I agree.
And I could be wrong about it, and if I am, I am. Time will tell. Yeah. And we're going to learn real quick.
It's that seat that you're sitting in, because, Anson hates him too.
I don't hate him. I just don't think.
You don't believe the hype? That's my thing. I just don't believe the hype.
I don't believe you can get away with things in the NFL that you can get away with in college.
Yeah.
And, especially dating back to college, I went back and looked at this last year, and I'm not going to get the stat perfectly correct, but I think every single game that he started in college at Oklahoma and UCLA, -2, he lost the ball. He fumbled the ball or threw an interception in every single one of those games except for 2. I believe that's what my research suggested. Now, he didn't lose the fumble, but he fumbled the ball. And I just think when you're playing fire, you're playing that reckless with the football. I don't think it doesn't relate to the NFL. It doesn't correlate to the NFL. And when you have all day to escape in college, it doesn't translate to me. Now, fair or unfair, he was poorly coached last year. I think that our guy from Toledo, Eberflus, was a terrible coach.
Yes.
And should not have been a head coach in this league.
I agree.
It was clear. I mean, he just shouldn't have been. So he was poorly coached. So we'll give him a little bit of a grace period for that. But if he can't get it going with Ben Johnson, then we'll know really quick whether he's got it or not.
I agree with you on the last part. Just going back to the first part you said, if you want to go back and do that, we can do that with we can do that with every quarterback that was drafted in the first round, and we could find tons of things that they did in college that they were able to change in the NFL.
I acknowledge that.
You're right. You can't do that. You can't play that loose with the football. You can't turn the ball over that and expect to win. But Lincoln Riley wasn't necessarily the best coach. Take out the wins, for example. When he got to USC, in terms of the team, they didn't have the best team. He's out there freewheeling. He's out there doing backyard football to try to keep this USC teams in games. They were a little bit, but they were like Colorado. 2 years ago, we talked about Colorado in terms of what that team was, the offensive line, the NIL, the transfer portal. That's how USC was. So a lot of that, him losing the football, that's him playing hero ball because that's how USC almost got into the playoffs 2 years ago. So it will change, and I think Ben Johnson will be able to have different conversations. Jared Goff wasn't doing any of that, but there was some things that Jared Goff suffered with. Small hands, remember that connotation, fumbling the football. These are things that you can work on in practice. These are things that you can work on in the offseason. And I think that if that's the complaint, I think he'll be able to get that fixed off. Now, some other stuff, I think that's going to take growth. And that part I do not know about.
Hey, a couple of other of the major leaks, and we haven't heard officially on Thanksgiving, but it looks like the Packers perhaps on Thanksgiving at Ford Field. But
that's what I'm hearing.
Game number 2 will be the Kansas City Chiefs at the Dallas Cowboys. And that's going to be a good one.
Man, Dallas is in again, it's Thanksgiving, but
last year was the Giants.
Feels like
Cowboys.
Feels like Dallas is in a bunch of premier spots, and maybe that's because you got this highlighted game on Thanksgiving.
They're leading the year off too.
The Eagles game to lead up. Like, why you as a league think that you have to continue to elevate this Dallas Cowboys team who has not truly been relevant in 30 plus years? I just don't understand that. You don't have to do it.
No, man.
It's not the Lakers with Kurt Rambis.
I mean, it's like the Cowboys.
Huh?
I like watching them. I don't know what it is. They're historic. I love watching them. I love their uniforms. They own Thanksgiving with us, second brother to us. I don't know. When the Cowboys are on, I'm interested. And first, I'm an NFC guy. So if you give me an NFC team, I'm going to be more likely to turn it on. And to watch them, it reminds me of Roger Staubach. It reminds me of Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith and those guys. I understand that, not that. It's 30 years. I get it.
Now make yourself a 28 to 35-year-old fan.
It's still the Dallas Cowboys. They play in a fancy stadium.
But that doesn't mean anything to that doesn't mean anything to somebody who's 30 years old.
Yeah. You don't think if Dallas went across the pond and played, they would break the record for people to go watch them?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just talking about I don't think they deserved it.
Well,
I think that's an earned spot.
I get it.
The earned spot to what Maz is talking about, and I'm actually going to agree with Maz on this side, it's the brand. It's what the brand brings. It is the most expensive brand in the NFL. It's the third most expensive brand, period, only behind the Lakers and the Patriots. They are the brand. Everybody's talking about the Cowboys every year. Even now, we're in Detroit, we're talking about them, we think they suck. Like whether you're turning it on because you hate them or whether you turn it on because you like them, the minority. People are going to watch the Cowboys just to have the conversations about why are they on TV.
They're the Billy Martin Yankees of the 70s.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I like that.
That's what they are.
The Billy Martin Yankees
but they still were good.
Billy Martin Yankees were good.
Well, hold on. With the exception of the last 2 years, the Cowboys were winning 13 games a year. They just suck in the playoffs.
What about Bucky Dent?
13.
Bucky Bleepin' Dent in Boston.
Bucky
By the way, Chiefs Broncos on Christmas Day as well. They will follow the Lions game also. I think that's either Prime or that will be on Netflix.
Is that the battle for the division?
It could be. It could be.
Just the fact that
I got the best one for you.
What's that?
The Jets and the Steelers in Week 1. The Jets and the Steelers.
What?
The Jets with Justin Fields. The Steelers with Aaron Rodgers.
Like a college.
Oh my God.
How about that?
I wouldn't watch it, but I'm not mad at it.
If you didn't know he's going there now.
That's really good.
I like it.
I love that. That's really good.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but I had to get that one.
You absolutely had to.
Last year, the Jets had the most primetime games. This year, they have the least primetime games.
And they should. 2 years in a row, and it was a terrible watch.
It was Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
That's
terrible.
That's what happens.
So guess what? We're going to have to watch the team we hate to watch, the Steelers. We hate watching the Steelers.
Yeah,
they're going to be on a lot of prime time.
Because they're boring.
I think Aaron and DK Metcalf, and maybe they tweak some things. Gives it a different aesthetic this year.
They'll liven it up a little bit.
I hope.
That primetime deal, when you're not usually a primetime team, is real. Playing for the Browns the first 3 years, no primetime games, no Monday night games, didn't know what that felt like. Sunday night football was the only thing that we had. Fast forward, we go 10-6, had 4 primetime games, and 3 Monday night games, by the way, in 2008. Lost all our primetime games. In 2009, no primetime games. Like teams like that are sketchy, they're not going to reward you like year by year. It's a year by year situation. You ball this year, we'll give you more. I agree.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Sketchy.
All right, guys.
So tune in tonight for the rest of the schedule review.